We're more than a month into this year's Home for Good, the Apostles Build project in partnership with Habitat for Humanity in the Roanoke Valley, local churches, and generous community sponsors. Volunteers play an essential role in Habitat's mission to build safe, affordable housing, including a core group of volunteers called the Builders Club. Volunteers from Our Lady of Nazareth Catholic Church brave the rain to install siding, put in windows and doors, and build a shed behind the home being built as a part of this year's Home for Good, the Apostles Build project. And volunteers like Jim Sheehan pulled double duty today. Not only is he a member of Our Lady of Nazareth, he's also a part of Habitat's Builders Club.
And I wanted to do something in retirement that'd be useful for society rather than sit at home all the time. And I found this organization, which has a good purpose, building homes for a family.
Jim and his wife Carol are the only husband and wife duo in the Builders Club.
Generally, we work well together.
Builders Club members volunteer every week at Habitat's work sites, some of them with construction experience, but most simply bring a heart to serve.
Well, we come from diverse backgrounds. I mean, we have engineers, we have retired doctors, teachers, but when we're together on the site, we're all there for the same purpose.
Roanoke's Builders Club has been recognized as one of the largest and most dedicated in the country. And Habitat leaders say they couldn't do what they do without the Builders Club and all of the volunteers who contribute about 80% of the hours it takes to build each house. Habitat says volunteers help reduce the costs of building a home, and those savings are passed on to the future homeowner through lower mortgage payments. Stick with us. More 10 News after the break.